and welcome to Goa News Now. Elections are over. Polling actually is over, and the counting is 23 days ago. You know, after 23 days, we'll come to know who is winning and who is losing. But this last concluded election have kept everybody confused and tiring, especially for the leaders who had put their all efforts to ensure their own victory and their party's victory. We have one such leader with us, uh, Mr. Movin Gudino. Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
thank you for welcoming me.
Uh, we know that he was throughout working also in constancy and across other areas. So we'll just talk to him and find out what exactly was the whole election fever and how he is feeling after the election. Sir, one question was, when you started this election, what was the first thing that actually came in your mind?
This is not my only election. I fought as many as 8 elections, and for the seventh time, I am very confident I'll be in the Legislative Assembly of Goa. Now, having said that, when elections were declared, it was on expected lines, on expected, more or less expected dates, and nothing means different from what it would have been. And it is I call a great festival of democracy, which we have to undergo every 5 years.
Right.
Whatever we do now is always under scrutiny. And now with the social media and media in top gear, I should say, it looks like we have really moved far ahead of even an advanced country like America. The way press chases you and trying to find out and dig at things. We have reached a stage where it was never the case before. Every single thing you do is under scrutiny, and you have to give answers to the people through whether it is through social media, whether it is through your normal press, or whether it is your constituents themselves questioning you. But when elections were declared, I was relaxed as I am now. I find even my supporters and quite a few people, like I checked in my office, hardly a couple of people have turned up. Rest are relaxing or they are so tired. I am not tired at all. I got up as usual at my 6:30 routine, and I was doing my normal thing. In fact, I am so used to work that I was thinking what to do. Luckily, I was lucky to get a call from you, and at least let's do the interview. Not that I am going to just relax at home. I will create my own work, and there is so much to do. In fact, I was just jotting down things to be done in these 5 years for the constituency, what I need to do for Goa, what I need to fight with my own government, or even for that matter, my own partymen. My mind is already working, and I used to not always have this habit of jotting down. I used to think my memory is too good, but sometimes you slip out. I don't want to slip out anything in the next 5 years. In fact, what I will do in the next 5 years, what I will achieve, I have already penned down, and it is very much at the back of my mind. Like I was just trying to contact the people. Phase 2 of this Joggers Park was about to commence. It has not commenced, so I want to see that it starts in the next few days and work gets going. Similarly, the railway bridge across Shantinagar,
Yeah.
which will help people of New Ade. I'll get in touch with the railways. In fact, I already got in touch, and I'll be having meetings with them. I'm not a person to while away my time. At the same time, I will utilize this time also being with nature, which I love to do. I love going to my farm, where simply I just get lost in the greenery and doing some little bit planting some plants or being among the trees. That is something I love, and I'll be doing that.
From a rapid speed train to suddenly a passenger train just after the election, the changeover was okay. That kept you, moving.
I think for me personally, it really doesn't make a difference. I am a very adaptable person. I adapt to any situation. I adapt to any kind of people, and I feel very much at home with almost everybody. And one I've learned over the years, that you have to learn to adjust to situations. You have to learn to adjust to people, and what is important is you should see that people want you. If people don't want you, then however much you may make efforts to be good to them, you will all get rejections. With me, it has never happened. So that's my forte, and I think that also keeps me going. In fact, people wonder how. In fact, what I want to say is, it's not only because of elections. Otherwise, also I've got a habit of cultivating people. I have quite a few friends, and then person who normally comes in contact with me never wants to leave me. That's the problem today. That's how today you find people connecting with me from all over Goa. They were all my ex Youth Congress colleagues, and they have grown in age, they have grown in positions, they have grown in what they do in life as life moves on. But our relationship remains, and we are as close as ever, what we were almost 35 years back or 40 years back.
Sir, you have seen so many elections. This election and other elections. What we actually wanted to know, elections are meant to be peaceful. This election was peaceful, like you feel so?
Yeah, definitely this election was very peaceful. If you look at what was expected, like for example, you had a party coming from Bengal, which is known for violence. In fact, I was so afraid that the culture of violence may be coming to Goa, and a lot of other things happening. But I think they have more or less realized that this is not their place, because people just did not give them that much of traction and support, and that's how you find them not so happy with the situation. And even though they may profess and say things publicly for public consumption, they know very well this is not the place for them, and Goans will never go with them, because what have they done in West Bengal? What have they done as far as progress is concerned? What have they done as far as the people are concerned? Only doing some social engineering to connect with a certain community, and then connecting with the slums, keeping them poor as I would say vote banks, and then in the long run people are going to see through that, and you'll be rejected. So it's not a very long term politics what they are playing. But worst of it all, you have violence, which has almost become a culture in that state, and particularly with this TMC, I think it is the worst situation. You ask anybody post elections, if you can attack aged people, old ladies, you can go with swords and hurl bombs. You can imagine the situation there.
Such culture are not acceptable in Goa.
Obviously, our people are very peaceful people. At the most, what you look at the little confusions that were there, I only call them minor confusions or altercation. People just push somebody, shove somebody up, and we at the most will give one or two slaps or boxes, and it's over with that. Moment police arrive, it's over. Not that you want to really kill somebody as your political opponent. That's not goans at all.
And when you saw this election, do you think that social media was acting more powerful than the normal media this time?
See, social media is a tool which actually should be used for the good of society. But today, anybody with a mobile in his hand is part of the social media. He can go on any platform, whichever he chooses, and then he does what he wants. With sometimes, as there is no censorship in the real sense, putting means vulgar things has become order of the day. Posting lies, posting fabricated stories has literally become a fashion on social media, which is very bad in the long term. And what happens is, ultimately through they are with their mobiles doing all this type of things. And imagine people who are here, they are busy with the mundane activities of their life, but it is people who are sitting abroad who have spare time, try to behave that they are more gone than anybody else, and they are giving opinions, they are commenting on people, they are mudding people's I should say reputations, unmindful of how much harm it does to the family. Just keep on posting anything they like, and based on untruth, based on non facts. They are not facts at all. Even without verification, it is there in the public domain.
Hmm.
And then you have 10 people tagging along, commenting on that, further leading to new memes coming on that. So you see all that is happening, and it's very bad for the reputation. See, reputation to build takes quite a lot of time, and it is hard effort, hard work, perseverance, which leads to building up of a reputation of anybody for that matter. And in one go, without somebody misguiding you on some particular thing, you send a post which demolishes that person's opinion. And once it is demolished, how much are you going to correct
Convince.
it? How much are you going to correct it? And it never goes back. Corrections never come with that much of force as come the original news, where you're already sullied, your image is already gone. So it's a very bad thing what is happening as far as social media is concerned. I would urge the people, and particularly the youngsters, be positive, post positive things. Don't go on a negative with a negative mindset. Then everything will turn negative for you. Today it is happening to somebody else. Tomorrow it will happen to you. You have a future. Don't spoil that future by misuse of social media, just getting fun in selling somebody's image or somebody's reputation, or posting things which actually were not true.
So you are actually futuristic. You think about future. 2024, 2027. Do you think if the same trend continues, then this kind of social media will actually be very harmful for the society?
It's already happening. In a way, I have seen where solid reputations have cost people quite a few things in their life, when the truth was exactly something opposite. And by the time the person who had done the damage realizes and repents for it, the other person is reputation, and for that matter, the course which he took in life is already gone for a toss. So, how does it help? So it is only caution and I should say a positive mindset which can undo that situation and create a sort of atmosphere where everybody wants to do something positive. So it is up to the younger generation as well, who are more using the such social platforms and attuned to also getting more information on the net. So use it for good purpose. No, that's my thing.
Any moment where you really got upset or annoyed because of such kind of things in this recent election?
What means I never got annoyed, but what hurt me most was lies being spread that no development was done in the last 10 years. Nothing is done. They were, and so forcefully. They are trying to post a narrative in people's mind so forcefully that if you tell untruth, Goebbels' truth 100 times, people tend to believe that nothing has been done. I kept quite patiently, but I knew what it would be my trump card. I am grateful to McKinley Goodino, my son, who was in charge of social media. It was his idea. He said, we'll make a report card. And all that was done was more than some 200 pages or more than that. Then they said, how can we print so much? People will not read. Then they
Yeah, it's a
just
booklet.
condensed it into a small booklet. But that itself, as a report card, when it was presented, the entire false propaganda fell flat, and there was no comment from those people. I mean, they did not know how to react. But I kept it till the last because that was the strategy. If I had released the report card first only, then they would have done something else. So they had no strategy thereafter, and you saw their campaign collapsing. I have seen their frustration by their utterances. I have had a good look at their faces. The face always speaks, whether you're winning or you're losing, whether you're confident or not confident, whether you're frustrated or not frustrated. I think frustrated they were, and it clearly showed on their actions, on their utterances, as well as what they were doing thereafter.
Sir, 2017 we saw you were having some leg problem, and that time you actually struggled a lot. This election we saw you running forward, always in the front. What actually happened suddenly, or the injury is over now?
Uh, I about almost 10 years ago, I had a ligament tear, and a very serious ligament tear. Doctors, specialist, one specialist orthopedician from Bombay told me you'll never be able to walk properly, and you have to live with this. And he used to come to treat me thrice from Bombay, and he used to do some physiotherapy and all those sort of things. And he said it's a very slow process. I told him, see, it's all in the mind, even to cure oneself. I'm not a one to take defeat. I will cure myself. That is the thing I told him. And then I went to osteopath in all the way to Jodhpur. One of my friend guided me. He only massaged me for about 14 days, morning, evening, and that changed the things for me. In fact, how you dry clothes and squeeze them for the water to be out. He squeezed my leg, the sound, different sound came of crackling bones, and but it was set right. And then thereafter, I did have pain for quite some time. In fact, my last election, I was in pain, but I showed people that I can walk, and I went house to house even in the last election. This election, I am normal, as if nothing ever happened to me. There was no injury. I say it is God's grace and people's love that cured me. Today, I was walking faster than all the youngsters, and they tell me, "How can you walk so fast? You're not getting tired at all." I was climbing steps up and down. They said we can't climb, and I was the common factor. Like others used to take a break, they used to go and stand in the shade, but I did it continuously, and I'm not exhausted or tired, or my legs never pained at all. So in another way, I think I may be growing younger. Only I can't count my age backwards. That's the thing.
Sir, we have got to know that you have covered almost all houses. You visited all the doors
Yeah.
possible. So, approximately how much was your walking per day?
There were days when we walked almost 3 hours or 3.5 hours in the morning, and there was a particular day we walked 3 hours 15 minutes. So almost 7 hours approx we walked on one single day. But I still was ready to go. But they said, no, we are tired. So people used to walk with me. So it was fun that way. And and every time we go, we had different people. Because of the COVID norms, first it was 5 people only, then 20 people. But people nevertheless used to gather in large numbers. It is not that I was going with more than 20 people or more than 5 people. People just knowing that I am there, they used to come to meet me. So I couldn't help that. So I never flouted any sort of rules. I was following the rules. And having said that, the amount of love what people gave me, that kept me going. Like that Aarti, they do only for God, that particular thing. Every, I think, 10th house, it was happening. Sometimes it was happening alternate house. So I was wondering, why am I getting so much of love and affection? Then a few times I asked people, why is it that you all are doing this? How much you are doing for the constituency? How much have you done for the people? That was the refrain from them. How can we forget you? You are more than our family member. Yeah, then somebody told me, you have never said no. And works what I did for the people, even their personal works, they are recollecting. You have done so and so for us, which our own family member couldn't do. So you are more than family for us. So I think I have got a lot of personally cultivated constituents. They are more than my family. So they'll do anything for me. And I keep that relationship. It's not so easy because I'm always there with them and I'm always there for them. That is what is important.
So this time the family grew more.
Yeah, today I would say the family has grown much bigger. Relations have grown much stronger. And even before my victory is announced, I have told them this time around, however busy I am, I will make it a point to come to thank you personally. I may not be able to come house to house everywhere. I'll visit a few houses, but I'll have those corner meetings. And that I'm determined to do it at any cost, because again it will give me, when I'm in power, to go along with my officials, have the meeting, as well as straight away put the particular work on track. I plan to do that.
So now, with regards to whole over Goa situation, how you are looking at this election result?
See, this is a different elections with the two players coming from outside Goa who are trying to think that Goa would be a lucky talisman for them. If they win some seats here, then they become national leaders. They'll get so many percentage votes. Then they are able to even compete with the Congress. There is a party which says that next is we in the line, occupying more opposition space. Congress will be nowhere. So their oppositions parties have been fighting among themselves. But Goa, in spite of being so small, we have a situation, we have fierce competition by all political parties. So that way it is a very different election. And what has happened, our candidates have got opportunities. If one party is not giving you ticket, they will move to the other party. If that party they felt is not considering them, again they have moved to the third party. And if third party is not considering them, then they have moved away and contested as independent. So whole things have changed. And I would also say these particular parties, I don't know from where they get the money. They say they are very honest, they are different, especially AAP party. But if you go to see the colossal amounts they have spent, you like as I told you, in my constituency people are like family for me. They come and say इतना पैसा हमको देता था, इतना वो देने को तैयार है. So it sort of put lot of pressure on us. Then we say, what will you do with the money? How many days can you enjoy that sort of money?
True.
And then who will look after you 5 years? वो लोग दिल्ली चला जाएंगे, आप क्या करेंगे? Then they realize and they come back to us. That's why we had more difficulty and we had hard campaigning to do, even in a very strong constituency where it was smooth sailing. So these people have changed the rules of the game in a very different way, in something which is awkward in a democratic setup. But they were bent on doing it for their own interest. As I said, they want some 6% vote to be known as a national party with a presence in Goa and other states where they are contesting. So they are doing their job for their own sake, selfish interest of the party, not in the interest of Goans. In fact, I hope the mandate, when it comes, it will be a reflection of the Goans realizing and Goans being felt as a very intelligent electorate all over the country. I hope that will not be different.
So no, BJP will be comfortably getting all the 22 plus mark.
The way people have responded, especially towards the end, and the way the campaign has been carried out, even through, I should say, via video conferencing, and we had a head start. And the way our karyakartas worked in all constituencies of Goa, at least according to me, it would move from one situation to other of either getting a simple majority or an absolute majority. But that BJP will form the government is not in doubt at all.
One question now pertaining to your personal life. Any holiday plans, because there is 23 days left now?
In fact, I was thinking that whether I will get the option to travel all the way to Australia, Melbourne, where both my daughters are there. I've got 3 grandchildren. My wife also lives with one of my daughters. My son and I are here. That's how he was campaigning for me. But I really doubt whether I can make it, because already people are planning how to form the next government, and part of the political process of meeting the party men, people coming from Delhi, taking your views. And if I am not there, then I am afraid things can be a little different. And Australia is quite far. You have to travel almost 2 days. You have to waste for traveling one way, and 4 days, and then you stay 7 days. Entire holiday will be over only traveling and going there. So I will do it the next time around. So but I am nevertheless, of course my son works in Dubai, so he is going at the weekend. So I'll be all alone again. But as I said, constituency is my family, so I am happy doing their work and mixing with them, and every day doing something or other in their company, which is quite good enough for me.
Yeah.
And then as far as a holiday is concerned, I will consider going for a couple of days somewhere. But holiday is a concept where you should learn to relax. Actually, if you want to relax, there are places where in Goa itself which are so beautiful.
Yeah.
One should consider going there. What do you do going for a holiday outside the state? You will go to a same hotel. You go to a good hotel and go to places where where there is a good scenery. In Goa itself, there are such beautiful places where we have never explored. And I, for one, would not particularly need a holiday, because my farmhouse itself is like a holiday home. And I love being there. As I said, I love nature. I love being with nature. And when I am there, my mind is relaxed. So whatever energy I discharge doing my normal things, or doing my ministerial work, or doing my constituents work, or doing even other work, my battery gets discharged the moment I see greenery and I am at the farm. So that way, that itself is a holiday going there.
After polling, you must have also done your own survey. How was the response you are thinking now?
No, I am winning by a very, very big margin. That is a foregone conclusion. As I said earlier also, that they will have to sort of do a lot of things to ensure that they save their deposit. Now the situation is that I am winning by a huge margin. My margin would have been even, I would say, history making margin. But with the pouring of money by certain political parties, sometimes you tend to lose certain players who were playing for you. And then I understood there were also some of my detractors who said, no, 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 he should not win by a very big lead. We'll bring the lead down slightly. And there are people who have also funded it, what I realized end of the day. So this, I think, happens in politics. Backstabbing, political chicanery, and then people double crossing you. This one should expect that. So I have not felt anything about it, but yeah, I feel sorry for the very people who have done this, because they would have been the upcoming people in the future, but now they stand exposed, and exposed very badly in a manner where people will not entertain them anymore. That's what people are saying. So let's see.
You are expecting any top position since you are the senior most now?
I am the senior most going to be after I win my seventh election. I don't ever aspire for any position. For that matter, I want to recollect that even when we had formed the PDF in 1990, at the young age, Srimati Shashikala Kakodkar had proposed my name to be the first Catholic CM. We only when I said no, the thing gravitated towards Churchill, and he ended up becoming. And my argument was very simple, straightforward. If I am made, I will not resign in a month's time to make Dr. Barbosa. I should continue. I am much better than him, though I am young. I will give a better administration. So a person who never went after that position, even when he was getting it on a platter. And I remember another occasion when Sardina government was there. They told me, you cross over the other side, you come here, we will make you chief minister. That was the offer to me. I refused to say go, because I said no, I don't believe in backstabbing. And we said, you come with only yourself and another MLA, and you will be the chief minister. They did not realize I had 3 MLAs with me. But I told no, I still cannot come, because I play straight politics. And that's how I did not become. So if I was really crazy to become the chief minister, I was craving after that position, I had opportunities, but I did not go after it. So if something has to come, I believe in one particular thing. If it's in your destiny, nobody can stop it. You will get it nevertheless. So why work towards that and exercise your mind and get worked up? Oh, I should get something. Whatever I have to get, inshallah, I should be getting it as a matter of course.
Sir, since you are getting so much of importance at national level also, anything you are getting any kind of a clue that you'll be also getting some kind there?
No, I wouldn't trade going to the center for anything, because I love my Goa. I love being in Goa, and that is a different ball game altogether. I remember when the previous Prime Minister was there in Congress, the late Rajiv Gandhi ji. I had the opportunity to go to Rajya Sabha. I was offered. I said no, I don't want Delhi politics. I want to be based in Goa. I cannot trade Goa for anything. So that's how I remained in Goa. Even at this time, I have not entertained thoughts of moving to Delhi. But who knows? As I said, destiny always beckons you, because it's already ordained that way. But at present, no plans, absolutely.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for talking to us and revealing your plans and your views. Thanks for coming on our show,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you also for calling me for this very unusual interview. Otherwise, it is only politics and politics. But I think this is a different interview.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. And this was actually basically our idea to find out what exactly is happening in the minds of candidates who had, had a very tiring election campaign. So we will be continuing with other candidates also. Till then, thank you.